Hi, my name is Charlotte Baxter. I am both an early years teacher and a mum of 3 children under 5. I'm going to teach you how to teach your child to read because for whatever reason, whether you're self-isolating, whether schools close in the future, there is going to be a lot of learning that needs to happen at home, and I really passionately believe that phonics is one of the most important things that you can teach your primary school age child. And I mean, some people are ready for phonics when they're 3, some people struggle with the phonic sounds when they are 10, 11. This is really for anybody who is learning to read at the moment, whatever age they are. That's generally primary school age. But, you know, this is for everybody really. So I'm going to do several videos. Do let me know by commenting below if there's anything that I've missed, if you've got any questions, because this is a crazy time and I think it's really important that you feel really confident in teaching your child to read. Who knows how long people will be off for, so I just think it's something that is really useful and really important, like I've said before. So phonics is the 44 sounds that make up the English language. There are 44, there's several ways of saying several of the letters, which is why it's confusing. It is a complicated language in comparison to other languages. But I'm going to try my very best to equip you with the skills that you need to help your children, because, you know, it is so soul destroying trying to teach your child to read. Sometimes they're not getting it. You go, look, and they go, fairy, roundabout, sherbet lemons. And you're like, why can't you read already? This is just crazy. The most important thing I think you can do is get the sounds right. It's to be thorough, be consistent, read with your child every day. But I'm going to teach you as a mummy. I don't want you to just sit there with a book, boring yourself to tears. I'm going to show you some other things that you can do while you're off school. So a couple of things I've got here is, of course, I've got my teacher flashcards. You may or may not have these at home. It does not matter. I'm going to show you what you can use instead. So that's, you know, I had to look then because I can see everything the wrong way around. You don't need these at all. For example, my little girl is off school tomorrow. I think she is going to have the biggest shock of her life because I've taken a Sharpie to her Mega Blocks, and we've got, let me see if I can find that sweet spot. So the light is quite bright. And then we've got this, which I'll talk to you about in another video. This is 2 letters that make one sound. That's called a digraph. And we've got or. So tomorrow she's going to be putting them together, and I'm going to be asking her to make up some words using the phonics, some of them that she already knows, some of them that I will teach her over the next couple of weeks. So or, for. This is a nice play thing. You don't have to be that prepared. You might have gone into isolation completely unprepared. So you can use things that you may have lying around your house. I know that these are out there somewhere because they're not in the supermarkets, are they? So we've got cat. You can really use paper, you can use whatever you want, it doesn't matter. Some words you will find over the next couple of weeks are phonetic, for example, at. Some words are not. Some really small words like is, it's just a word that you have to learn. That is a non-sound outable, non-phonetic word. Yeah, so I'm just looking at my notes down here because I will forget what I've got to say next. I'm going to be here for you. Here. Sorry, I forgot why I think phonics is really important. So here is what I made earlier. This word is Deinonychus. It is a dinosaur. I don't know if you know that word, but I wouldn't have known that word unless I could have used my phonics. I sounded it out in little blocks and then I blended it together. I hope you could hear that from behind the paper. So here's another one of my favourite words that is so much fun to say, embezzle. That is a phonetic word. That's pretty simple. It's got a lot of very simple phonemes in there. Maybe a 4 or 5-year-old could read that one. But there are plenty of words, for example, iron. We've got, names like Andy, simple words that are actually really tricky to sound out. So I'm going to teach you the skills that you need in order to teach your child how to navigate around the English language. And the reason that it's so important is I use the word milk as my first example. So in old-fashioned phonics, this letter here, M, used to be M. It is now in phonics these days, systematic synthetic phonics, that is a M, and I'll show you why that's very important. So, 20 years ago, teachers would have gone M, I, L, K. And in some schools that is still being taught. It's going to confuse your child because M, I, L, K doesn't sound like milk. It doesn't sound like a word at all, to be honest. If you use the pure, what we call the pure sounds, the smallest amount of sound broken down from that word, we've got this. So milk. They can segment, which is break it up and blend it together a lot more easily. I'm going to use my husband tomorrow to use it to help me with a video on segmenting and blending. Like I said, comment below if there's anything you want help with, anything that you're confused by. This is a really crazy time. I'm going to be here for you and hopefully get through this together in one piece with our sanity intact. Anyway, bye for now. I will see you tomorrow.